Something hit me watching Umar's latest rant. This ain't about a school anymore. This is the classic hustle we've seen for centuries. Pastors, politicians, so-called leaders, they all run the same play. Step 1, get the crowd hyped. Step 2, cry conspiracy when folks ask questions. Step 3, pass the plate like it's Sunday service. And the wild part, 14 years later, the game still works. So the real question ain't, will the school ever open? The real question is, how long can this circus keep running before the crowd finally walks out? So Umar jumps on live. Peace and Pan-Africanism, brothers and sisters. Peace and Pan-Africanism, bruh. You've been chanting that same intro since Obama's first term. Then, instead of talking about classrooms or enrollment, he goes straight at the critics. You struggle streamers, you dusty YouTubians, you feeding your families off my name.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Like, wait, what? Umar, you raised $1.6 million and somehow the real enemy is dudes with webcams?
How, Sway?
Let's be clear. YouTubers ain't laying the bricks. YouTubers ain't holding up the permits. YouTubers ain't responsible for the locked doors in Delaware. That's all you, fam. And the irony? He proud about it. Brags about feeding families with his name. But the only thing he can't feed is the kids who were supposed to be sitting inside that school. Think about that for a second. Bruh. Every time Umar goes live, it's the same playbook. First, he says the haters are laughing. Then, he flips it like the laughter somehow proves he's important. But notice what's missing. Not once does he mention inspection papers, staff contracts, accreditation, or an opening date.
I saw Negroes celebrating. I saw Negroes laughing at us when they thought the school was going to be sold. I saw you ninjas. They was on YouTube celebrating our demise. They was on YouTube having a block party. Dr. Umar about to lose his schools. One thing you need to understand about me, I don't care what you think about me. The reason I'm the #1 black scholar on the planet Earth, I don't care what you say. I don't care what you do.
Nah, it's always a new distraction. 1 month it's the auction. Next month it's the so-called enemies at Howard and Morehouse. Now it's YouTubers with blonde weaves and missing teeth. Bruh, what does any of that have to do with running a school? It's classic goalpost shifting. Instead of saying, we got teachers lined up, he says send that Cash App. Instead of a curriculum, it's another rant about struggle streamers. Umar's not fighting for the school, he's fighting to keep the narrative alive. That's survival mode, not leadership. Then Umar flips into full ego mode. Bruh starts bragging about his complexion like he on America's Next Top Model. Is it dark cinnamon, cherry wood, melanin drip?
I look kind of good today. Ladies, what's my complexion? Is that dark cinnamon? Is that cherry wood? What color is the complexion, ladies? Melanin drip. Melanin is dripping. I look mighty fine today.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
My guy, nobody cares about your skin tone when parents just want classrooms.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
And it don't stop there. He name drops Nick Cannon, podcasts, Howard University, even Ghana and Australia. Like world tours and selfies with celebs gonna substitute for textbooks and teachers. He really said, 14 years later, I'm still the biggest name in black consciousness. Congratulations, champ. Biggest name, smallest results. That's the game right there. Cloud over classrooms, fame over function. You can brag about passports all you want, but you can't stamp over broken promises. Bruh's more focused on proving he's relevant than proving this school is real. And that's why people getting fed up. And here's where it gets messy. Instead of talking about teachers, books, or opening dates, Umar spends half the live coming at critics. He called folks struggle streamers, dusty YouTubians, even clowning women with blonde weaves and elders with no teeth. Like, bruh, you raised $1.6 million and ain't got no classrooms open. But the problem is wigs on YouTube. That's the best you got?
Are you stupid or something?
See, This is Umar's favorite move. Every time someone asks a legit question, where's the staff? Where's the permits? He dodges with insults. You can't question me unless you donate it. Bruh, that's like a mechanic saying you can't ask why your car won't start unless you help buy the engine.
If you are not a donor, or if you have not done more for the African race than I have, I don't answer your questions. You Tubians can't ask me shit, because you don't do anything but sit on the internet and talk shit.
Nobody's blocking him. Nobody's boarding up the doors. The only thing between Umar and that school opening is Umar. But instead of accountability, he plays victim. He acts like criticism proves his importance. Nah, it just proves you failing in public. And then, of course, Umar pulls out the conspiracy card. According to him, it ain't the missing permits, it ain't the frozen accounts, it ain't the empty classrooms. Nah, it's a grand plot. He said Morehouse against him, Howard against him, the Rainbow Gang, jealous scholars, random YouTubers, basically everybody's out to stop King Kong consciousness.
They keep on blocking me. I don't know if it's the Pretendians at your college. I don't know if it's the Rainbow Gang at your college. I don't know if it's the jealous black bourgeoisie scholars at your college. But Morehouse College and Howard University, there's a conspiracy against Dr. Umar.
Bruh, come on. Every time he says they, what he really means is me versus accountability. Nobody dragging him to court but the state of Delaware for unpaid fees. Nobody stalling the renovations but the man who pocketed donations. It's a clever hustle though. If you convince your followers that criticism equals sabotage, then every legit question looks like an attack. Suddenly, asking when does the school open turns into proof you're a hater. They don't want to see me win, brothers and sisters. Nah, we do want to see a school win. We just tired of excuses dressed up as oppression.
You're going to have to do a whole lot more than that if you want to take down King Kong consciousness. You better come a whole lot harder than that if you want to take down me. Iron Man Ifatunde. Iron Man Ifa.
And here's the wildest part. Umar built his whole brand off exposing lies. He's the truth teller, the system buster, the one calling out hypocrisy everywhere else. But when it's time to hold himself to that same standard,
I've never seen Drew.
Silence, deflection. He'll roast interracial couples for hours but can't give one straight answer about staff contracts or accreditation. He'll clown politicians for being corrupt, but his own donation trail looked like a magic trick. Now you see it, now you don't. It's like a mayor bragging about fighting corruption while pocketing every city check. Bruh, you don't get to expose everybody else and then play victim when folks flip the mirror on you. And that's why people feel so betrayed. Because the Umar who preaches accountability for the community refuses accountability for himself. That ain't leadership, that's performance art.
Y'all was laughing, celebrating, clapping, praying on my demise. Well, guess what, you dusty, struggle streaming ass bums? Guess what? You gonna have to do a whole lot more than that. Don't you let these beta male, zesty ass, simp ass sit on their ass all day and make YouTube video struggle streamers. Don't you let them turn you against me. Streamers can't ask me shit. You don't do nothing but sit on the internet and make money off my name. I'm feeding your damn family. How many struggle streamers I'm feeding? How many struggle streamers I'm giving them money for Christmas?
Let's clear this up right now. Nobody's laughing at the idea of a school for black boys. That dream, beautiful, necessary, powerful. What people laugh at is him, the circus, the excuses, the contradictions. 14 years later and every live feels like the same remix. Paint, floors, permits, enemies, struggle streamers. If there were kids in those classrooms, if there were teachers actually getting paid, if families in Delaware were seeing real opportunities, nobody would joke, critics would shut up quick, but there's nothing to point to, just empty buildings and endless excuses. Every time. So when folks clown Umar, it ain't mocking education. It's mocking the man who turned a noble vision into the longest running comedy skit in Pan-African history. And the sad part, he still don't get the difference. And then he pulls the same tired card. If you ain't donate, you can't question me, bruh.
Do you see me fucking laughing, my nigga?
That's not how it works. The second you raise public money, the public got the right to demand answers. Period. You don't need a Cash App receipt to ask, where the hell is the school? It's like a mechanic telling you, if you can't fix your own engine, don't ask why your car won't start. Nah, that ain't how accountability works. And the irony? This is the same man who built his name exposing systems, calling out corruption, demanding transparency. But when it's him, suddenly it's stonewalling, moving goalposts, and playing victim.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
That right there, that's why people losing faith. Not the critics, not the struggle streamers. Him, he's the biggest roadblock standing in the way of that school.
They was laughing, brothers and sisters. They was carrying on. Oh, he gonna lose the school. Y'all gonna lose all your donations. Yada, 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 yada. I saw one chick with a blind weave in her damn head talking down on my school. And you got lice and maggots in your damn head with that blind weave. I never thought when I started the FDMG campaign that black people would try to make fun of our setbacks and shortcomings. I never knew that.
Look, let's keep it a buck. Running a real school ain't just speeches and slogans. It's logistics, staff, permits, accreditations, real paperwork, real responsibility. So here's the theory. Maybe Umar knows deep down he's in over his head. Maybe that's why every time the heat comes, he deflects with another rant. Think about it. Even LeBron James, with all his money, connections, and a whole NBA empire behind him, opened the I Promise School and still got blasted for low academic performance. If LeBron struggles, what chance does Umar got with a couple paint cans and Cash App donations? And that's the scary part, bruh. He don't want to admit it. Instead of saying, yo, I bit off more than I can chew, he keeps playing his game. Every year, a new excuse, a new slogan, a new distraction. But sometimes I wonder, is it really arrogance? Or is it fear? Fear of admitting the truth. Fear of saying, I failed. Fear that once the dream dies, the donations die with it.
Here's what you need to understand. I do not respond to anybody with questions about FDMG if you are not a donor or if you have not done more for the race than I have. I'm going to say it again. If you are not a donor or if you have not done more for the African race than I have, I don't answer your question.
And here's the wild part, family. Most people ain't even rooting for Umar to fail. Nah, bruh. Even the harshest critics, the same ones cracking jokes online, deep down, they'd rather see a real school in Delaware than another live stream rant. Think about it. What parent wouldn't want their kid to walk through those doors, sit in a classroom, and get a shot at something better? What neighborhood wouldn't want to say, yeah, we got a black-owned academy right here, changing lives? That dream was powerful, man. That's why so many people donated in the first place. But the problem is, every year that passes, that dream fades a little more. Hope turns into sarcasm. Optimism turns into memes. People ain't laughing at the idea of educating black boys. They laughing at the excuses, the contradictions, the arrogance. They laughing because it's been 14 years and Umar's still spinning the same record. And let me keep it a buck with you. I used to believe too. I gave the man respect. I learned history from him. I thought, yo, maybe this brother gonna pull it off. But belief without receipts, that ain't progress. That's just blind faith. And blind faith don't build classrooms. It just builds a fan club. That's the tragedy right there. The community wanted a school, but what they got instead was a personality show.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
And the longer this circus goes on, the harder it is to take the original dream serious. Bruh, at the end of the day, nobody blocking Umar but Umar. Ain't no struggle streamer boarding up the school. Ain't no critic holding the keys. The only thing standing between FDMG and reality is the man himself. Every time he goes live, instead of giving updates like, here's the staff list, here's the start date, here's the curriculum, nah, it's the same loop. Struggle streamers, beta males, dusty haters. That ain't a progress report. That's a clapback session. It's rant, deflect, insult, repeat, like clockwork. And people tired, man. Parents in Delaware don't care about YouTubers. They care about classrooms. They care about if their son got a teacher waiting. But Umar more invested in being the main character of the drama than the head of a school. That right there tells you why the school's still closed. Umar ain't just the builder of FDMG. He's the biggest roadblock standing in front of it. Look, I ain't here to clown the idea of a school. I'm here because after 14 years, 14, there's still no students.
I've never seen.
No staff.
I've never seen.
No doors open.
I've never seen.
And that dream, it deserved better. I'll keep it real. At one point, I believed Umar could have been an asset.
Psych! Stupid.
I respected the energy, the vision, but intentions don't build institutions. Discipline does. And all this man showed us is that he addicted to the spotlight, not the results. And that's the saddest part, because he's right about one thing. Black women and black families been torn down for centuries. That pain runs deep. But instead of turning that into healing, Umar turned it into hustle. He feeds you affirmations, slogans, queen talk, then pass the plate. That ain't empowerment. That's manipulation dressed in kente cloth. So here's the real question, family. After all this negative weight on his name, if you tie your business, your brand, your family's reputation to Umar Johnson, is that gonna help you or is that gonna hurt you? You make the choice. It's your life. And if you ain't seen it yet, I dropped a full 2-hour and 48-minute breakdown exposing every scam, every contradiction, every lie in Umar's saga. That's the real history lesson right there. Click the video on your screen right now. Lock in with me. I'll see you on the next one. Panda out.